Hey everybody, welcome back to another hair video to look this fly. Let's get into it. So first, what I did is I went in with some heat protectant. I used the Design Silk Essentials Mega Silk heat protectant, and I just sprayed that all over my sections before I blow dried, being sure to get my ends, and then I rubbed it through to make sure it coated all of the hair. I followed that up with blow drying. I used Cool, and I really just did the tension method. I didn't really use a lot of heat, or at least I tried not to, so I went over to get it mostly dry via the tension method. After that, I just went through and brushed it out a little bit just to get some of the knots out and make sure the section was smooth. Following that, I just put the section in a braid so that it is out of the way and I can move on to the next section. Once my hair was fully blow dried, I went ahead and started braiding. In the back of my head, I had my mom part my sections, and so I have about 5 sections since they're not super big. But I just did typical box braids, nothing too difficult. They're just my regular knotless, which you will see me do again in a later clip. But that's about it. Here's the back of my head showing the sections that I have. I've done about 4 rows or 3 rows, and the actual boxes aren't the best because I had to part those, but the sections are straight, so that was good. And I just put a little bit of gel between my parts to make sure they look at least as crisp as possible, and smoothing it out a little bit to make it easier to grab. Here's just a close-up of me trying to show you how I do my box braids. Obviously it's not that great just because of the camera. I'm taking some gel, putting it along the section and smoothing that out. And then as you see, I will part my hair into 3 sections. And then I will just start to braid, adding hair in occasionally just until I feel that I've reached the desired thickness. Once I was done with the box braids in the back, I went ahead and parted my hair. Parting was the hardest thing to do, so I didn't really do it on camera, to be honest, because it was just so difficult and it took a lot of patience for me. But the top has about 18 or 16 braids altogether, 8 on each side, and I just really tried to make sure that they were as even as possible and as thin as possible to get my desired look. Overall, I'll say I did a pretty decent job. I did have trouble with some of the braids, or at least one of the braids, just getting it into the right section and looking the way that I wanted to, but the feeding process was the most challenging. But once I got it down, and I was becoming very satisfied with the way that the hair looked. this one right for the life of me. So I skipped it. I went to this section, which now I'm looking at it. Oh no, it's right. And then I'll be done. Yeah. Once I finished, I decided I wanted to crimp it, but first I gotta check myself out. Obviously, have a little mini fake argument with myself or my little imaginary friends. Don't do me. Y'all know y'all do it too. I just decided I wanted to crimp my braids a little bit, and so I parted them in 3 sections and just braided them all down before I went and actually set them. This was the final look. Now that I'm looking back on it, I feel like my braids probably should have been a little bit bigger, but y'all can do with that information what you will. Overall, I was pretty satisfied with the way that the hair looked, and this is just me checking myself out. Once again, you know you got to. Then I took some foam, control foam, and just put it all over my hair so that my flyaways and my edges could stay down. This is just something that I do whenever I braid my hair all the time. I just always like to put the foam on there just to make it look a little bit cleaner for pictures and all the other things. So that's about it. And then once I did that, I wrapped my hair up just so that it could stay down because it dries pretty quickly. You just have to wrap it up. Hi guys, welcome back. As you can tell, it's been some time since I actually did my hair. If you can't tell, then that's great. That means it still looks good. But in all reality, it's been about almost 2 weeks. I want to say 2 weeks this weekend since I've done my hair. It wasn't a bad experience. I will say doing the feed-ins for the cornrows were a little bit harder than the actual box braids, as it should be. but I overall think it turned out pretty well. You can see this is, like I said, about 2 weeks. It's not too bad. I ended up using the color T21 350, I believe. I'll actually go get the package. Just wait a second. The color 350 by Xpression. It was in like 52 inch. This was just a color that I had at home, and so I just decided to use it so I wouldn't have to go back to the hair store. But I did end up having to go to the hair store for my mom literally after I finished my braids, as you saw. But yeah, overall it was a good experience. I'll probably do this style again. Next time I do it though, I think I'll take a little bit more time with the feed-in braids just so that they can look more crisp, I guess. I didn't do them super tight because as you saw in the other video, my other video, I'm trying to not put so much tension on certain parts of my hair, and so some of the braids weren't as like tightly pulled, but overall I thought it looked pretty good, and I put gel and mousse and all the things on it afterwards, so that made it look better. I'll probably end up taking this out maybe this weekend, and so it would have been in right at the 2-week mark. But that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know in the comment section and I will be sure to get back to you. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Welcome back. As you can probably tell, it's been a couple of times. Welcome back. I probably shouldn't have said that.